Now question number 5, which carries, each question carries 2 marks. Here next another question is, what are the teachings of Madhavacharya? If they ask what are the teachings of Madhavacharya, you have to write his teachings in 3 to 4 points. Here, according to Madhavacharya, the world is not Maya or illusion. It is as true as Paramatma or divine soul. It is the first teaching of Madhavacharya, because he told that the world is not Maya. It is as true as the Paramatma or divine soul. Now the second teaching is the divine soul is independent and the rest of the world is illusionary. The rest of the world is Maya, but divine soul is, it is a independent entity, and the rest of the world is Maya or illusionary. Now his third teaching is, principle is, the divine soul and the human soul have a lord and servant relationship. What is the relationship between the divine soul and the human soul? There is a relationship, they have a relationship of the lord and servant. That relationship is there. So these are the 3 teachings taught by the Madhavacharya. This also get, you will get 2 marks. Now question number 6, answer the following in 5 to 6 sentences each. Here they ask one question and it carries 3 marks. One question of 3 marks is the question number 6. Here you have to write this answer in 5 to 6 sentences. For example, explain the administrative system of Iltutmish. You know Iltutmish. Who was Iltutmish? He was the king. He was also the famous king of the slave dynasty or the Ghulam dynasty. What were his administrative system? What was the administrative system of the Iltutmish? Here it is also you have to write in points. You know every question you have to write in points. Answer should be in points. Here the first point is, Iltutmish divided his kingdom into iktas. He divided his vast kingdom, his vast empire into iktas, and he appointed iktadars to run the administration. To run the administration of the ikta means a province. To run the administration of the iktadar. To run the administration of iktas, he appointed iktadars, and they carry on the administration of the province or the iktas. Now second, he appointed a group of 40 sardars to advise the sultan. During his time, he used to appoint the group of 40 sardars who help the king in his administration. All these 40 sardars, he gave guidance and advice to the sultan in the administrative system. Now the third, the prime minister and judges used to advise the sultan. At the same time, not only the 40 sardars, but even the prime minister and judges also help, also guide and gave their valuable advice to the sultan in the administration. So these are that is the administrative system of the Iltutmish. Now he brought gold and silver coin into circulation. During his time, gold coin, silver coins were in circulation. That is about the administrative system of the Iltutmish. It carries 3 marks. Now question number 7, answer the following in 8 to 10 sentences each. Here also one question of 4 marks. One question of 4 marks. Here option is given, 2 questions are given. You have to write any one. You have to answer any one of these 2, and it carries 4 marks. Here for example, list out the powers of the Prime Minister. You have to write the powers and functions of the Prime Minister. The first power of the Prime Minister is appointment and removal of ministers and allocation of portfolios. Appointment of the ministers, appointment and removal of minister, and also allocation of the portfolios. Here the Prime Minister recommends the President the appointment of ministers for the Cabinet, for the Council of Ministers. On the advice of the Prime Minister, the President of India appoints the ministers for the Cabinet or the Council of Ministers, and he also allocates various portfolios among the ministers. Prime Minister, he allocates the various portfolios, because the number of portfolios are there in the Cabinet, Council of Ministry. Education department is there, finance, defense, like petroleum, agriculture, industry. So allocation of portfolio is also the important power of the Prime Minister, and his decision is final in the allocation of portfolios. In the allocation of portfolios, Prime Minister's decision is the final. So that is his first power. Now the second is head of the government. Prime Minister, he is head of the government. Here the Prime Minister is responsible for all the actions of the government. For all the actions, only Prime Minister is responsible, because he is the head of the government. He coordinates activities of the various ministers. He look after the various activities of all the ministers. He take greater interest in framing the policies related to planning, defense and foreign affairs. He take more importance, he take more interest in framing the policies and programs relating to the planning, then defense and the foreign affairs. Now, head of the Union Cabinet, as he is also the head of the Union Cabinet, the meeting of the Union Cabinet are held under the chairmanship of the Prime Minister. The meeting of the Cabinet Minister or the Council of Ministers is held under the chairmanship of the Prime Minister. All the discussions of issues of national and international importance are discussed and decisions are taken under his chairmanship. All type of decisions, all type of discussions regarding the national issues, international issues are discussed under the chairmanship of the Prime Minister, and he is a link between the President and the Cabinet. Prime Minister is a link between the Cabinet and the President of India. So he is head of the Union Cabinet, because under his chairmanship only all type of decisions, all type of matters are discussed and they came to the conclusion. And Prime Minister is a link between the Cabinet and the President of India. So this answer you have to write in 8 to 10 sentences and you will get 4 marks. Now question number 8, draw an outline map of India and mark the following. Like this map work is also given, that is in 8th question, and it carries 4 marks. Here for drawing the map 1 mark and marking the locations are given places, for that 3 marks. So you have to practice it. We are sent in the WhatsApp. You have to practice drawing of map and also location of the places. For example, Shankaracharya established 4 matas to the 4 corners of the country. Badari, then Puri, Sringeri, Dwarka and Kanchi. You have to mark all these places, and sometimes they will ask about the Bahmani kingdom. Mark the areas, mark the territories of the Bahmani kingdom, or mark the territories of the Vijayanagara kingdom. So you have to practice the map work and also practice the location of the places. It is about the model paper of social science of 40 marks. You have to read and practice all these.